All right. So even though we're like, technically our family is from all three tribes, Igbo, Yoruba, and Hausa. But the truth of it is, mommy only grew up knowing and really identifying with the Yoruba side of her. So that's what we speak. So even with what we speak, I'm Yoruba. I married a Yoruba man, and our children, being born, raised here, one, they've never been back home, never been to Nigeria, although God willing, we'll go next year in Jesus' name.
Amen.
But one thing we started this year was Yoruba classes.
Good.
So we have a lady back home in Nigeria who gets online with them twice a week.
Good.
And she'll teach them Yoruba.
Good.
But the thing is, what I realized is that it's of no use because I'm still speaking English to them. That's my natural default. As much as I speak Yoruba, and growing up, I wasn't really speaking Yoruba like that. I just understood it. It was marrying Michael that now made me. And the thing is, even though my mom would say, migboyibo, meaning I don't speak English, I still would speak to her in English, even though she would speak an entire
in Yoruba,
thing to me in Yoruba, I would still respond in English. And it was such a habit. But marrying Michael and his side of the family, very, very proud Yoruba family. And so I had to learn to speak it. But I only learned to speak it trying to speak it to his mom. But it's so funny. Grandma will now be around and she will now be speaking English. I'm like, Grandma, why are you talking to them in English? Speak Yoruba. So, I mean, it's still a back and forth. We always do that. But it's something that you really have to be intentional about. And it doesn't matter how much of the English is seeping in as you're speaking the dialect, but you want to be intentional about them speaking it and getting it. It's so awesome when we're going to Izzy and Eden's games and maybe we see how the field is going and we're telling them, move to the middle, get to the left. Oh, we say it in Yoruba. We're Ari, oh, lost and they get it, and you'll see them moving on the field, listening to that. Only for one time. The other team, it was a Yoruba parent, and he heard what we're saying, so he was not telling his son in Yoruba, watch him. I was like, oh no. But you know, it's a good thing, you know.
It is.
Be proud of it, be intentional about it. And it's not just the language, it's also the culture, your mannerisms, the characteristics, the values, the belief system. So even in the attire that we wear, you know, I'm very proud about wearing African attire. I try to find like modernized African prints like this one by Tita Designs. Shout out to my girl. But, you know, try to find attire like this to allow me be who I am, African, proudly, and still be in mainstream settings, be in corporate America, and still feel comfortable to wear something like this and it be okay.
I hear you.
You know, so I think it's something that we can't let go of. It's what you prioritize is what your kids are going to take in and they will grow up with, you know, so you want to be mindful of that.
Exactly. You know, and kids, during their formative years, pick up things.
Oh, yeah.
They assimilate things
very quickly
that are in their environment. I was so happy when my mom came to visit because when I was growing up, I grew up in the company of family. My uncles, my aunties, my big sisters, my brothers, you know. And as a young man, as a boy growing up, I envisioned a similar environment for my children. I never thought, you know, that this would be my setting raising my children. You get what I mean?
Very
so
true.
it's something that I was telling my friend, I have sisters that if they were around when we had our children, I'll have to fight to even touch my own children. You get what I mean? You know? And that input from everybody gives you a different perspective about you. You get what I mean? Because you are a collection of everybody that is part of you. You know, the reason I talk with that reference back is that there are so many things, like I said earlier on, that we had to give up to relocate to the US.
Yeah.
Now, it's what was needed to do at the time.
Yeah.
But now that we have our children, how do we ensure that certain basic or vital aspects are not missing to them? How do we ensure that they inherit certain aspects of our culture, our heritage? How does that become their? Let me give you a typical scenario.
After you, I'll give you one because this.
No, you say it first.
No.
Let me give you a scenario, right? My younger sister is in Cape Verde. She has 3 girls, 3 daughters. Okay. Anita is in Connecticut. 3 boys, 1 girl.
Yeah.
I'm in Texas. 1 boy, 1 girl. My children. I have other siblings back home.
Yeah, they have kids too.
Now, me, my sisters and brothers, we grew up together.
Yeah.
Our children are growing up apart.
Yeah.
It bothers me in the sense that my sister in Cape Verde, her children are growing without any connection to my children.
Yeah.
Mine are growing without any connection to those in Ghana. How, you see, how do we let them build that relationship now so that linking up later in the future won't be a strange thing?
Right.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
For instance, you live closer to me, right?
Yeah.
8 minutes, right? Our kids hang out.
Yeah.
They play. They are growing up together.
Yeah.
So later in life, hanging out or linking up
is not going to be foreign.
It's not going to be foreign.
Yeah.
But my sister in Cape Verde, her children, after growing up, okay, imagine this, 20 years from now, they are girls.
Would they even talk to each other?
Exactly. They get married, have their own children. At what point are they going to start forming a relationship?
It's harder.
It's harder.
Yeah.
But if now there is some sort of intentional mingling, at least in their formative years, they are growing with that link.
Yep.
And as time goes on, they can also build up on it because there's something to pick up on.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? And this thing has been my headache. It has bothered me for some time, especially one time. I've said this, I will keep saying this until, because it's my story. Yeah. One time, you know, your dad passed when Elikem was still young. Izzy and Elikem were still young.
Yeah.
And my dad passed when Elikem was still like just a few months old.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know his grandfathers.
Yeah.
Luckily, he knows his grandmothers.
Yeah.
There was a time he came from school and he was sad. We were in Richardson by then. He was very sad. I'm like, this boy, what's the problem? Actually, he went to his room and he was like sobbing. I said, what's going on? I said, oh, it's okay. I said, no, tell me. I said, it's just that his friends were talking about grandpa, like they spent time with grandpa and he couldn't say anything. He didn't have anything to say. I was like, jeez. Barbara, the thing hit me. I said, oh my God. Me, myself, I didn't know my grandfathers. And when I was younger, I used to ask questions. Like, tell me about this dude. You know, and it just pieces of stories, piece. And then now to see him also expressing the same pain. It is what has caused me to do all this podcast thing, because what is the guarantee that my own grandchildren won't be asking about me?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no guarantee that by the time Elikem or Esenam are old enough to have children, I'll be here. I pray to God, though, but it's not a guarantee.
Right.
And think about this, right? In today's world, if I had videos of my dad, right? Pictures and videos, at least it will be something for him to conceptualize who this person was.
Very true.
Because this person is not a stranger. This is your grandpa.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's not somebody we're talking about. This is the man that gave birth to your dad, and that's the reason why you are here.
Yeah.
So knowing about him, it has quality, it has value. And to see him yearning for it, the way I was yearning for it, was like, oh no, how do I not allow my grandson to have the same problem?
Right.
This is the origin of all this thing. That's why, like, we need to consciously, deliberately discuss these issues and come up with realistic ways to go about it.
Yeah.
You're going to tell me something.
I was going to tell you something. Perfect segue. Because, and it's funny because we have similar situations.
Yep.
Yes, my dad, Ashley's dad, like, he passed away. I think I just gave birth to Eden.
Yep.
Elikem and Izzy were little, maybe like 2 years, 1 year old. Eden was just maybe a couple months, and then my dad passed. And we all went to his funeral and all of that, came back. And shortly after that, I think Izzy was like maybe had to be around like 4 or 5. And he had a similar situation like Elikem and was asking questions. And I'm like, am I going to go and hire a granddad for you? Because I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And so, thankfully, at that time when that incident happened, Mike's mom was here, living with us in the house. And she just kind of sat him down and just talked about Michael's dad.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up with
your dad.
My dad.
Yeah.
So I don't really have those stories to share. That's a whole different situation in and of itself. And so if ever I had stories, I would have to ask like my uncle, or maybe my mom, that's the only way I'm going to even get to know and understand him personally and characteristically, because I don't have that. I didn't live with him.
Yeah.
But she was able to then just talk about Michael's dad and the passion in her eyes, because they were happily married up until his last days. And, Michael had stories to tell, even though Michael wasn't home a lot because he did boarding school, went away, but he still remembered his dad and was able to speak to it. And I'll give you a very fun story. So, Mike's dad, his name was Jacob.
Jacob, okay.
And where they're from, they would refer to him as Jako Amuludu.
Okay.
So the word Amuludu is a Yoruba word for a person who makes the town happy.
Okay.
That's the literal. You see, Africans, they don't know how to name. You have to describe it. It's a sentence.
So nobody gets confused.
Exactly. Yeah. So that was the nickname he earned. So they would call him Jako Amuludu, meaning Jacob, the person who makes the town happy.
Yeah.
And he had earned it because he was basically the life of every party. He'd walk into a room, get everybody excited. Like the party hasn't started if he wasn't he wasn't there.
Yep.
And she's talking about him and saying these things. And then I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, this sounds familiar.
Yes.
I married.
He married his son.
I married Jacob.
Yep. You married his son.
Only that his name now is Michael.
Yep.
Because if anyone has met Michael, you know he is exactly like that.
And
I was fortunate to have met his dad. And unfortunately, I literally met the man, and like a few days later he passed. And it was our visit to Nigeria, and it was. Honestly, God did me a favor.
Yes.
Because I really wanted to meet him. And I thank God that I had the opportunity to meet him. Amazing man, just a great man.
Yeah.
And truly, his smile would just light up a room. And, it's funny because his mom would say, like, it's something that's in their family. So his great-granddad was like that. His dad was like that. He is like that. Michael is like that. Yeah. So I've been looking at our kids. I'm like, which one of you
has carried the gene?
Exactly, has carried the gene. And, we're all looking. It's not just through just Michael, but, his brothers, his sisters, we're all looking at the kids which one? Yeah. And, Zion, she's a girl.
But
she really carries that gene very specially. So I don't know. I don't know if it passes to a girl or not. But
that is a happy girl. She doesn't.
She really is. But you hear stories like this, and you wonder, like, who's telling them?
Yes.
How are you preserving them? How are you keeping them alive? And it's something that I'm like, this is such a deep, rich history about your dad's family. I'm like, I don't ever want to lose that. Yeah. So, I tell them the story, and every now and then I'll remind them of the story. Yeah. And it's so funny because we found like one of those African praise melody songs on YouTube. Yeah. And you know how Yoruba praise and worship it's a whole thing, y'all. But like, they were actually saying Amuludun inside of it. So it's our new jam. Like past couple of months, we've been playing it on repeat. And so when it comes on, you'll see the kids, they got the beat going, and you'll see them with sunshades. And it's winter, guys. Like, they don't care. They're playing it, blasting it, and they're like, Amuludun, with their funny accent because they barely speak Yoruba. But they're like going big about it because it's something that they're proud of. And it makes me so happy. Yeah. And that's just one story.
That's just one.
Right, that's just one story about one man. That's not the only story about him. So it's like, what more can we tell these kids for them to, really latch on to?
Recently, I said this before, my sister sent me a picture of my dad in a suit. Barbara, I'm going to say this again. Please, if you're watching this podcast, you'll be hearing me saying things over and over again because it's my story.
Exactly.
I have never seen my dad in a suit.
Not lie.
Personally. So, I was...
Daddy know they wear suits.
You watch.
Okay.
I mean, he was younger. In the picture, he was a younger man.
Okay.
And I asked my sister, I have never seen this man in a suit. What is the story behind him putting on the suit? Mm-hmm. She was like, he was going for a contract meeting to go and sign some deals.
Okay.
I was like, wow. And then I'm casting my mind back. What if in his time, he had a phone, he can record himself getting dressed, knowing that I'm recording this for my children's children.
Yeah.
I remember the morning of me going for my first job. When we live in Connecticut, I got my first job after grad school. My first job to work in Hartford Hospital. That morning, I dressed up and Ashley took a picture of me.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So when I saw that picture, that came to my mind. What if he had the technology to take a picture and be like, getting ready for my first gig with the government, I'm going to go sign this contract.
Yes.
And left that for his children's children's children.
Right.
What does that do?
You know what? Let me give you another one. So yesterday I was watching this movie on Netflix, The Overcomer or something like that. It's a Christian movie. Good movie. Go watch it. The girl, she was a runner, a cross-country runner. Her dad was a cross-country runner, but she grew up with her grandma. The dad wasn't really around, blah, 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 blah. She didn't know her dad was alive. Her grandma told her dad was dead because he was not a good person.
Okay.
So one thing. She came now to know her dad being alive, although he was really sick and he only had like a few weeks to live or whatever. But the man now was coaching her through her races. Wow. And she won her race. The first time he coached her. But the thing is, he's hospital bound. He can't leave. So what did they do? They recorded him talking to her. And she now was playing. She was allowed to listen to something in her ear. She was listening to him talk her through every single step. Now, the thing is, he only had a short time. So what did he do? He made more tapes. And he would record it. I think the way it ended, she was turning 21 and was given a 21st-year-old birthday tape of what he had recorded way back when. And he had passed like maybe 6 years prior to that. So what am I trying to say is that these stories are important, and you're talking about the contract, but sometimes we're going through life, and there are times when even me, myself, going through life, going through a difficult moment, and I'm trying to draw on the strength of my mom or anyone connected to me. Like, what strength can I draw from that experience to help me move forward and go through this? And if you don't have that,
you don't have
then
it.
Where do you
get it from?
Where do you draw it from?
Let me give you an example. Let me give you a typical, realistic example. The story of Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
If that story was not captured, if that story
don't even have
was
to
not
finish.
recorded,
exactly.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
There are scriptures in the Bible that people read and you get encouraged.
Right.
You get motivated.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that your grandfather, your grandmother leaves you a story and you read it. Who knows? Maybe you are also going through a similar thing, but she told you in there how she was able to pull through. You instantly know that if she was able to do it, this is the person I come from.
It's in you.
It's in me.
Yeah.
Me too, I can go to. Now, it means a lot. Imagine everybody in your family. Everybody, grandmother, mother, great-grandmother, left something. A saying, a statement, an encouragement. And that compiled.
Yeah.
And everybody in the family has access to that. See, we live in the era of technology. I don't see why this is not possible.
I mean, right. Think about it also like this. You look at African Americans, and I'm not talking about Africans who knew or know their heritage from African countries, not folks like you and I. We know our background, but I'm talking about African Americans who are here in America or even other places here in the US or like UK, Germany and such, who are just victims of the slave trade.
Exactly.
Many of them don't have those connections. But the only thing they are now relying on are the testimonies and the perseverance that folks like Dr. Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, all these other folks had endured. And they're just relying on those stories. They're relying on those tapes,
if those recordings, if those narrations were not captured, what are you going to fall on?
But it's very easy. If I were in Dr. Martin Luther King's family, for example, anyone from that lineage it would be very easy for you to say, well, we come from a line of doctors, we come from a line of activists. It's very easy.
You can claim
that.
Yes.
But if you didn't come from,
you see what I mean?
You can't claim another man's story.
There's nothing to hold on to.
So what do you hold on to? I mean, I thank God for the Bible. I thank God for His Word, because as much as whenever I don't feel like I have something to grasp onto, that is my anchor.
It's readily there.
And that's what I lean on.
It's
but the only reason why I'm able to lean on that is because somebody sat down and wrote it.
It's available.
Right? Someone printed it. Someone made it into a digital app. Somebody made it accessible. Someone created a concordance. Right?
That's
because sometimes, I don't know about y'all, but I be reading King James and I'm like, this is cryptic. I don't understand this. This is Greek.
I know.
So I need translation. But the resources are there.
Check this out.
Yeah.
I was talking to my mom when she was here about this whole project. See, the reason I call this podcast Voices We Keep is because I was talking to my sister one time and we are just talking about Dad. And I was like, man, I wish I could hear his voice again. And she's like, I know. And after the talk, she sent me a text, see what I found. When she was in Spain, my dad sent her a voicemail.
Oh.
And not knowing, she still has that phone.
Oh, wow.
She sent me the voice note.
Better keep it.
She sent me the voice note, and he was just calling to check on her. And she didn't answer the phone, so he left a voice note. I hope you're doing well. I love you. I miss you. At least I can still hear his voice.
Yeah.
My mom was here, and I was telling my mom about this whole thing. That's why I call it Voices We Keep. Stories worth preserving.
Yeah.
My mom was here, and I was telling her about this whole idea. And so, okay, let me tell you something about my mom, okay? Please. My mom came from about, her family was about 9 children. She was, I think, the third or fourth of 9 children. Okay, I'll ask her and get this documented proper. As we talk right now, of her family, mother, father, siblings, she's the only one alive right now.
Oh my goodness.
Right now. So if I don't ask her questions about her side of the family, if I don't ask her questions about her childhood, her upbringing,
my God,
that's it. It's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone. The stories go with the people that lived them.
Yeah.
So it's so important, so critical. There's when she was here, I asked questions, Barbara. I'll just turn my phone on and I'm asking her questions. The stories she told me, oh my God. Let me tell you a story, a quick one. When my twin sisters were born, you know, I have twin sisters. My dad was not around. My dad used to travel for work a lot. So she was so tired because she was working and raising these kids.
Oh wow!
My big sisters were living in my aunties at the time. Some of them were living in my auntie. It's a long story. But this lady was so tired that, what is it? Go show it to mommy. Okay? Mommy will help you out. This lady was so tired, but she had to work. So she went to the market with the kids to start cooking her because she was selling food in the market. But she was so tired she fell asleep with the babies.
Oh.
Somebody came and poured their food out and took the pot away.
Oh.
Barbara, took the pot away. The reason I'm telling you this story is that if I
on
didn't...
that marketplace,
I know. I know.
Nobody's selling today.
I know. But check this out. That is adversity.
Yeah.
If I hadn't asked her to tell me some of the stories about what was it like when you had us, each person? What was the scenario when you had my first sister, my second sister, my brother, my twin sisters? What was the situation surrounding each person's birth? That was the question I was asking her. She told me at this stage, when she had my twin sisters, something like this happened. If I hadn't asked, would she ever tell me? No.
It's just not going to come out.
It's not going to come out. Something happens when you ask somebody, tell me about this. Tell me, especially your parents, because our children are growing up.
Yeah.
Something happens naturally, and there's nothing we can do about it. People pass away.
Yeah.
I wish I can say it in a more nicer way, in a more humane way.
Yeah.
Families lose people.
Yeah.
It happens.
Very true.
We don't want it to happen,
but
unfortunately, it happens. And within 2 or 3 generations, that person is forgotten. That person is forgotten. You know? Now, if we don't ask questions, and we are lucky, 21st century, whatever we call ourselves, we have technology.
Yeah.
We have phones. We have, the whole world is in our pocket. We can be meaningfully active about recording these stories for the generations to come. I've been working on this platform called TheLineageApp with 2 friends of mine, childhood friends. And this is the whole idea. To connect our families and leave stories for each generation.
So good.
That's it. Because now it's possible. Imagine my great-grandson picking up his phone or whatever device they use in those times, when the time comes, maybe they have a projector on their eyeball, I don't care. Whatever the means is, picks up his phone and he can hear me talking to him, telling something about my life.
Yeah.
Narrating a story. My sister narrating a story. My brother narrating a story. Everybody in the family saying something about their times. Cumulatively, that becomes something for that great grandchild to work with.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
You know,
I think about it like this also, like on my mom's side of, like, my side of the family, let me just say it like that, because it's not just my mom, my dad, my late dad, too. We come from a line of lawyers, right? So I look at my grandpa, I know he was into laws at some point in time. My dad was a lawyer practicing before he passed on. My cousins, I know at least 2 of them are lawyers, like actually passed the bar, practicing lawyers, and so it's something that I'm like, that's part of us.
That's part of us.
And I was like this close, like, should I do it? Should I not? I don't know. I mean,
it's still possible.
it's still possible.
Yeah.
I may not go be some big time lawyer, but it's something that's of interest. But then I look at my kids and, like, even Izzy, the way he, like, argues an argument, I'm like,
it's just there.
It's just there.
Yes.
But so I'm like, if you end up doing that, I won't be surprised because you come from a line of lawyers. But it's like, if you're not talking about this, if you're not, where would he know and get this information? And there are just way too many resources and technology available to make this kind of a thing happen for us not to take advantage
of it.
Exactly. So, don't let's lose that.
No.
Don't let's lose it.
No.
Like, I want our kids to know us.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
So I'm part of this other, like, called the Intentional Parenting Academy.
Okay.
TIP. It's in Nigeria, but they have ways to get connected overseas and all of that. And one thing that Wendy Ologe would say is, you are not raising a child, you are raising an era.
You see? That is right on the money.
It's not about the child you just gave birth to. That child is going to have an entire lineage.
Yes.
And what is the message you're passing to that person? What is the story that you want them to have front and center in their mind, and that's something that's becoming more and more near and dear to my heart, because I look at our children and I'm like, I want you to know you guys come from a line of folks who persevere, who are strong.
Oh my
Take, for instance, when I look at my mom, she's the kind of, honestly, growing up, I feared my mom.
Yeah.
Hey, you know how they say,
strong woman.
You know how they say, you fear God, you reverence God, right?
Yeah.
That's when we say, okay, when fear is not just about, you're scared. Yeah, it's true.
Part of it.
But there's also, you are scared.
Yeah.
That is a Molarashedimu.
Yeah.
She's not just a woman, she's a force. She has already given you an entire storybook. If you are a child who understands eyes, you already read in between the line and adjusted yourself accordingly. So it's like, I want my children to know and embrace that. You must become.
You see? you must have that tenacity. To want to push through any obstacle.
And the thing is, like, that's my mom, right? We grew up with her. But knowing her siblings too, I look at my aunties, they are the same.
They are the same.
They are the same. And I knew my grandma, and my mom would tell so many stories. I have way too many stories about that woman. May her soul rest in peace.
Amen.
And she's the kind of woman who will come back from work. And it's funny because my mom used to do this to us. Mom will come back from her shift. She'll come back and you see the rug. She'll come in. She won't say much. And she used to wear, like, stockings. And her stockings were nude. So it was like matching her skin.
Yeah.
So she would take off her shoe and rub her foot.
And just to check if the floor is dirty.
God help you. If you are the one on the roster to sweep, if that stocking, hey, all your pocket money, you will gather it and go and buy new stockings after you've served your punishment. Yep. Like, that's how, like, mommy would do things like that. Yep. But you know, it's funny. Her mom did the exact same things too. Yeah. And even in how she raised us, mommy was very big about you never do things halfway. No. You would do it completely, perfectly each time. Yeah. So if she gives you the task 10 times, it will be packed 10 times. Yeah. It cannot come back half done. She will send you back. You go and do it again. Exactly. Cleanliness was next to godliness. Mm-hmm. God help you if the house is dirty or anything was dirty, you will do it again. Exactly. So it's like, that is one woman. One woman that but the thing is, these children come from. Exactly. But the thing is, it isn't just her. Yes. Her mom is like that. Yes. Her sisters are like that. But her grandma was like that. Didn't grow up with her. But they didn't. So they grew up with us. So how are they going to know the story of this woman? Exactly. Exactly. You know? And understand why you are the way you are. You know, so when they do certain things, and I watch Essenam and I watch Zion, and I'm inside your house. Yeah. Me, I know I have to adjust myself. Otherwise, I should finish me. She'll finish me. So I align myself because we grew up together. Yep. So we know what's expected. But at the same time, I watch our kids and I see Ashley doing the same thing. Yeah. And where I feel like maybe I'm not too sharp on, I just watch. I'm like, Ashley, what are you doing with regards to that? And she'll tell me, I'm like, okay, we are doing accordingly. Auntie Zion, come, do as accordingly as Auntie Ashley has said. You know, because we have to keep it alive. We have to keep it alive. You know, but I am just a person. Mm-hmm. Am I always going to be with Zion? Exactly. Exactly. Is Ashley always going to be SNL? Exactly. No. So we have to keep the tracks. Exactly. Keep it available. Keep that alive, to keep that going. Keep it available. Yeah, it's so important. You know, when we were at your place for your birthday last time, I was just looking at us. Because, again, I'm lucky to know us before we all had our families. Yes. I was just looking at us like, wow, God, is this us? Yes, so. God has really answered prayer points here. Is this us? Now, we took pictures. Yes. We took pictures and videos. Imagine our grandchildren. Somewhere. I have them. Imagine our grandchildren seeing those videos, seeing those pictures. Yes. Oh, wow. Is that Auntie Barbara? That was that was Auntie Barbara's birthday. It forms you. Yeah. When I was little, not too like a baby, like when I was in my teenage years, you know, every Easter we go to my mom's village. We call it village, but it's like a rural area. Yeah. And my uncles, my aunties, they would gather and they would just be talking about their fathers, their mothers, and the stories. Oh my goodness. They were amazing stories. And after they talk and laugh and drink and eat, they'll now start singing. And the songs, goodness. And it's at night, the stars are up, they light a lantern, and they're just there singing. Just singing. That's beautiful. And I look back right now, where am I going to get that? Where am I going to get that? Those songs. Just tell them, but I know, but it's not good enough. Those songs, those voices. If I recorded them, if I had the means to record them, I can play them for my children. Yeah. That was your grandma over there singing. These were your aunties, and it transports you back in time. Yeah. To get in touch with the people that laid the tracks for you. Because think about it. Those stories, our stories, are the origin stories of our children. Mm-hmm. You get what I mean? It's true. I was telling my friend yesterday that when I was about to leave Ghana, it was tough. It was wild. Like, it was wild. There were so many adversities. What if I gave up? Right.
What if I gave up and not pushed through? I won't have these lovely kids I have. So that story of me pushing to come here is their origin story.
Yeah.
It's their story.
Yeah.
Somebody telling you that you as a child, your parents telling you how they went through tough times and how they made things work. It makes you. It makes you.
Yeah.
It forms you.
It forms you.
You get to know that these are the things. These stories are what made me.
Yeah.
If you don't have them,
yeah,
you have lost something.
Yes, it's very true.
And the power of stories is that, again, I will keep repeating myself on this podcast, so bear with me. The power of stories is that you cannot exhaust the value of a story.
Never.
For instance, you can leave wealth for your children's children. You can leave mansions, you can leave cars, you can leave money. You have left it, you have done your part. Who knows? The 5th generation can blow it.
Oh, yes.
Can squander it.
Oh, yes.
But if you leave a story, they can't exhaust it.
No.
The worst they can do is to lose it. But as long as it's not lost,
right,
the value of the story, again, look at the life of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Since when did he say, I'll be back? But the story,
the Bible,
the value is still there. Generation after generation after generation, we are the value keeps coming.
Yeah, I mean, it's like reading scripture, right?
Yes.
You can read the same scripture 10 times and get a different meaning each time.
The value is
and continue
endless.
For the rest of your life, and you will forever get
generations after you keep getting.
Yeah.
That is the power of a story.
Yeah.
Imagine if my great-great-great-great-grandfather and everybody after him told me their stories.
Yeah.
Left their stories, and you listen to all those stories.
But you know
what are you going to know about yourself?
Exactly, because what that does is it gives you a mirror into yourself.
Yes.
Into your soul.
Into you.
You know, it's funny because I look at Michael and, you know, Michael is just himself, right? But then I watch Israel and I watch Eden and I'm like, Jesus, you're just like your father.
My sister keeps telling me. My sister keeps telling me how her mom was here. She would just sit down here and be watching Elika.
Yes.
And
it's scary.
My sister was like, your mom came back and said she has not seen son before. She's like, she's seeing bright all over again.
Yes.
She would just be here and be watching the boy. I'm like, what are you looking at him for? She said, oh no, he just looks like you.
Yeah.
Not knowing she's reliving the boy she raised.
Yes. Because grandma does the same thing.
Exactly.
Like, you know, and my grandma,
Mike's
mom,
yeah.
Because she's so fortunate.
Yeah.
Praise be to God.
Amen.
She's now a great grandma. So she's seen them all.
All
like all her kids.
You know,
her kids.
You know,
have now had kids. Now her grandkids are now having kids. So it's like she's just able to see it all. And you know, she comes to our house and she watches Izzy and Eden and Zion, and you know. Fortunately for her, she met my grandma as well, because our grandma, my mom's mom, used to sell in some place in Lagos. I don't even know the markets or whatnot, and there were like some other women there who knew her. My grandma, but were friends of Mike's mom. And they were like, that's your in-law?
Yeah.
They're like, she's a tough woman. They're like, she's a very tough woman. And you know, she didn't meet her when she was a tough woman. She met her as grandma. And you know, she's retired, she's chill now. It's just like my mom now. Mommy is soft. Oh, she has gotten too soft. In fact, you put the grandkids around her. I'm like, what did they give you to eat? We would never let us do any of this. That's besides the point.
Yeah.
But you know, you see something like that, and she's able. That has lived beyond my grandma is late too, you know. But those market women, this is at least 30, 40 years back that they remembered her and are able to tell my mother-in-law. You know, but grandma, I digress, but grandma will come, she'll see Izzy do something. She's like,
yes, how is this happening?
Yeah, and the thing is, it doesn't stop. She won't say Ochijoba Beju means you resemble your dad too much. But she will now say, even your dad's dad
is the same.
What is it? What is it?
Yes.
She will now grab him like, what is it? What is it?
Yeah.
It's really like that. And, you know.
That's how it is.
Even with the cousins, like, because Michael's siblings also have kids, and it's so weird because Michael's family and my family, honestly, Michael and I, we had to check, we're like, what's going on here? Because
did you marry ourselves?
I know, I hope there's no funny business here, because you know, I look at one of his sister's son and I'm like,
this resemblance
like
is too much.
Somebody stole Eden away.
Yeah, bump.
I'm like, what's going on here? And they are just a year apart. He's actually Elikem's age. Okay. So I was like, what's going on? I'm like, I was looking at it. I was like, it was she was asking that. She was like, what's going on here? Why does Barbara's son look like my son? I was like, no, why does your son look like my son? Like, what's going on? And she's in Canada. I'm here. They are not the same age or anything, but they are exactly alike. And then I look at her daughter. Her daughter looks like my cousin, who is my uncle's child. I'm like,
what is going on?
Is this from Get? What's going on here? You know, and you know, you just see all the connections. But again, just going back to what you're saying about the app, when you're able to see those stories, it is a mirror of who you are.
Yes.
You know, and everyone, I hear my grandma, I met my grandma, she's a sweet woman, and I knew her as tough. But everyone says she's tough. Anyone who knew or knows my auntie in Lagos,
it's like,
it rings true.
Yeah.
She has earned the nickname of Margaret Thatcher. And I'm like, I don't know how to be like that, but it's too consistent. And I may have not known her like
you don't
that.
Have to know.
But the one that I grew up with, that one I know. No one, I don't need a GPS. That one, she's tough. I may have not grown up with all my aunties and grandma in such an intimate way. But this one, I know.
You know.
She takes the cake. But yes, and I'm fortunate to still have her, and still have her alive, you know.
Yeah.
But it's
this is the time to
who
now
else
ask,
will know that?
Yes.
Beyond me, beyond Zion, who else will know? When I look at our family, the women in our family are very, very strong.
Yeah.
You know, and if you are a man who's married to any one of us,
you're talking to one.
You are wise.
Yeah.
You are wise. You are patient. You've figured out how to manage. How to manage. Because it's not that they cannot be managed, but you will need wisdom and patience. Exactly. But it's like, so you how do you communicate that, and how do you communicate that, right? And you know, we talk about like Myers-Briggs and all these other kinds of ways of understanding people's personality and characteristics and things like that, and you have to wonder, like, these are all clues. And puzzle pieces into who you are. And sometimes folks are struggling with not understanding who they are. You're going to therapy, you're going to all these things. And it's like,
you don't have the stories.
These are the facts. These are the artifacts that you need to just take a picture and take a look at yourself. You know, so
that's exactly what I'm working on. Like I said, I'm working on.
It's gonna be great.
I'm working on with two of my childhood friends. The funny thing is, one of my childhood friends I'm working on this with, he lost his dad at a younger age too, and now he has two daughters who are growing without his grandfather, their grandfather. So it's a pain point. So okay, let me now talk about the platform, the app. We are planning to launch next month, January 2026. And we want to start with a few families. Okay. We want those individuals to be part of what we call the founding families. What we want to do is use the app with them get more feedback,
Yeah.
make it better before we let everybody else have
Of
access to it.
course.
Now,
Yeah.
if you want to be part of the founding families that try out this app, you visit VoicesWeKeep.com. VoicesWeKeep.com. And you have to complete a short application. And then when we release the app, we give you access. So that is the plan. But we need to work with families to make this a family thing.
Yeah.
So that's why we're starting with the founding families. So if you're interested and you made it, you waited, you watched this conversation up to this point, you've earned it. Yeah. Visit VoicesWeKeep.com.
Awesome.
Just a short application, and then we'll put you on the list. Once we launch, you have access, and we'll be in a group. The founding families will be in a group with us, the founders, and we'll be talking.
Nice.
Playing with the app and getting feedback so we can make it really strong. It's called the Lineage app, built for families, made for memories.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay? We can leave stories for our children. The power behind the whole app is that everything you post there, be it a picture, be it a video, be it a story, it will be there the minute your great-grandson downloads this app. They have access to all of it.
Oh, that's good. That's like a flood of memories.
They have access to all of it. You guys went on vacation.
Awesome.
Let me tell you something crazy.
I can get lost in something like that.
This summer, we went to Europe. Mm-hmm. We took a train from Madrid to, where is this place? Madrid to this Alhambra. Alhambra is in, please check this thing. I have to write it. Where is Alhambra? The Alhambra in Spain. What city is it in? We took a train from Madrid to Granada. Granada.
Yeah.
The train ticket. I took a picture of the train ticket. I took a snapshot of the train ticket. You know why I did that?
Why?
I put it on the app.
Oh,
and I wrote the description.
Here.
Summer vacation, Madrid to Granada.
Mm-hmm.
And our names are on the ticket. I've put it on the app.
Nice.
My great-grandson could be scrolling through pictures of his family and come across that ticket and say, you know what? I want to reenact this.
Oh, that's so cool.
Buy a ticket and also take the same train. Oh. And while on the train, reminisce.
Beautiful.
My grandfather took this trip.
Yeah.
What does that do to a child?
Of course. But not only that, do you know how... everyone is talking about Japa syndrome now, right? Everybody's leaving countries, going here, going overseas. But do you know how powerful it is to know that, my dad, grandpa, great-grandpa, what have you, defied all odds and went overseas. Went to a place he didn't know the language, didn't know the culture.
To experience it.
He went to experience it. He wasn't scared.
Yeah.
He wasn't held back. He made it happen. So I can do it.
Right.
So I can take that step.
It tells you who you are.
We're talking about a trip.
Yes. There's so
many things
There's a lot in that.
Apply that to in life. So,
there's a lot in that.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about. This is what we are building called the Lineage app. If you want to be part of the founding families, go to VoicesWeKeep.com and just apply. We'll put you on the list. Once we are ready, we'll give you access and we'll start talking and using it. I think it's the least we can do for our children.
We owe it to them.
We owe it to them. Because guess what? Let me say something very frightening. Mm. If we don't do this, for those of us who traveled from Africa to Europe to America, if we don't do this, please mark this, our fourth generation grandchildren, will be taught or will assume they came from slaves.
That's very true. And that's disheartening.
Okay? If we don't do anything about it, what we are discussing here, if we don't take actions about it, if you live in the US and you came on your own 2 feet, you bought your own plane ticket and came to America and you had children here, if you don't tell them about you your great-grandchildren will be taught or will assume that they descended from slaves. It's how we owe it to them.
Very true. And
we owe it to them.
Do you see how that's problematic?
In all dimensions.
Because you have
in all dimensions
who did come through slavery.
Yeah.
And are over here taking 23andMe and all these
trying
other
to figure
DNA,
out their roots.
Trying to figure out where did they actually come from.
You and I know how we come from. You better tell it.
You better tell it.
You better declare it.
Preserve it.
And preserve it for our children to know. This is you.
Yeah. It's on us to do.
It's on us to do.
Yeah.
It's on us to do. So please visit VoicesWeKeep.com and apply to join our Founding Families, Founding Users program. And let's make this a thing, okay? There's so much security involved. You can read all that on the website. We are building it for families to preserve family stories and memories. And thank you for watching. Me and my sister-in-law go back and forth about this. We are glad you joined us. Please join us next time. Subscribe and be a part of this. Just follow along, comment, share, you know. If you live close by, you may end up on the podcast. Who knows? So get us, let's talk, let's get involved, and let's make it happen. Yeah. We're building something for all of us. Okay, so our children don't get lost. All right? Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Meet us again here on Voices We Keep. Stories worth preserving.
Thank you. Bye.